Now let's talk about a rule of simplification for a long series of calculations. So let's say we have a longish calculation which looks something like this: 48 minus square bracket 37 minus curly brackets 37 minus curly brackets 23 minus 15 minus 7 times 2, right? So this is a longish calculation that normally we would find difficult to do unless we have a standardized way of approaching this. Now the standardized way of approaching this is called the Bodmas rule. B-O-D-M-A-S, right? So the Bodmas rule, it says, it stands for, B stands for brackets, O stands for off, D stands for division, M stands for multiplication, A stands for addition, and S stands for subtraction, right? So this rule is going to help us identify which is the calculation that must be done first, right? So this is the order of taking up all the computations. So you look for brackets before you look for anything else. Then once you've used up all the brackets, once you've solved for all the brackets, then you look for off. Off is another way of saying multiplied by, right? Then you look for division, multiplication, and finally you look for addition and subtraction. Now within brackets there are brackets of different kinds, right? So the brackets, the first kind of bracket that you look for is the bar, right? Is the vinculum. So 4 minus 3, let's say if there were a bar above it, then this is the first calculation that I would need to solve. The second bracket that I need to look for is the common bracket, right? So this bracket looks like this, and anything inside of it needs to be solved after you've solved anything with a bar. The third thing that you need to solve, the third bracket that you need to solve is the curly bracket, right? And the fourth bracket that you need to solve in the order is the square or the rectangular bracket, right? So once you've solved these brackets in this order, then you look for off, then division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. Now here we don't have quite a few of the things that we've talked about, so let's see how it goes. So are there any brackets? Yes, there are tons and tons of brackets. So we look for the first bracket to solve. No, we do not have a bar, so we look for the curly brackets. So 15 minus 7 is the first computation to be done. So 48 minus square brackets 37 minus curly bracket 23 minus, so 15 minus 7 gives me an 8, right? So 15 minus 7, 8, and rest of the things stay, right? Now in the next computation I have 23 minus 8 to be done, right? Because I've solved all, there's no bars, all the round brackets have been solved. Now next I see is the curly bracket. So this computation becomes equal to 48 minus square brackets 37 minus 23 minus 8, which is 15, right? And the next one to be solved is square brackets, right? So 37 minus 15 is what we need to solve next. So 48 minus 37 minus 15, which is 22 times 2, right? Now across all the brackets, now once all the brackets have been solved, now let's look at the Bodmas again. Now is there an off? There isn't. Is there a division? There isn't. The next in line is multiplication. So there's two operations which are left, a subtraction and a multiplication. Obviously the multiplication comes first. So what we'll do is 48 minus 22 times 2 is 44, and the answer is 4.